and shuffle up. Good. Hello everybody, John Craig here with Performance Plus Tennis. In today's video, we're going to take a look at what's called a T-Rex forehand. And if you're struggling getting the proper spacing on your forehand, which is compromising your power and control, this video is definitely for you. I've got my student here, Randy, who's going to demonstrate what a T-Rex forehand looks like, and then we're going to show you how to correct it. And before we begin, I just want to mention that Randy is a really good player, but he is going to demonstrate what that T-Rex forehand is. And then I'm going to show you some valuable drills and progressions that are going to help you overcome the T-Rex forehand. You know, the real problem with the T-Rex forehand, as you could see when Randy was swinging, is that he was hinging from his elbow, and his upper arm from his shoulder to his elbow was stationary, and he's just playing inside here. And I think the main reason why a lot of recreational players do that is because they feel safe if the ball is closer to them. It just feels safer than it being far away. So we tend to get too close to the ball. That's one of the reasons why. And then we're going to get into some of the other reasons. But the main thing you're losing here is both power and control. So you're losing the ability to really generate power by being so close to the ball. Of course, the first thing to understand is really where your contact point is on the forehand. For a medium height forehand, demonstrate where you think the contact point should be. Your regular forehand, go ahead and play it out. Good. Now we can see how there's a lot of spacing between the elbow and the ribs. The elbow's in front. Everything that is going to support the contact is behind the racket, and he's got a nice range, nice distance. That's an ideal contact point. So if you don't know where your contact point is, that's one main reason. But a lot of players do know where their contact point is, but they still struggle by getting too close to the ball. So we're going to work on a series of drills and progressions that are going to help you find that ideal contact point for the medium height forehand. Okay, so the first one I want you to do, and this is really useful, is you're just going to work on your drop feed. So when you do a drop feed, you're going to stretch, you're going to do like a unit turn, and you're going to stretch the left hand out, and you're going to drop the ball out of the left hand. And that ball right there is going to give you the spacing to get right out to that contact point. So right there, stretch and reach, and there it is. So let's see you do a couple of those.
How would it be if I tossed it like this, coach? How would that be?
Well, that won't work because you're tossing the ball behind the ideal contact point. So when you're practicing this, place the ball out in front of you so that it's comfortable to make a transfer of weight forward to make your swing.
Yeah, it felt like even if I tossed and hit, that was like my wrist right here.
Uh-huh.
So let's try it here in front.
Oh, there you go.
Better.
Good.
That one was a little too far in front, right?
Too far in front, so you scooped it, yeah. Excellent. So just this simple drill alone will help you find the comfortable contact range. Too far in front, yeah, good catch. So there's a lot of value in just practicing this movement, okay? Good. Now the next thing you could do, and this will help you when you're receiving a ball too, is you put movement into it. So rather than being stationary, imagine you're moving out to a ball, moving out, placing, finding your contact range, coming back, moving out, moving in, and finding your contact range. So put a little bit of footwork into it, and let's see what that looks like. Good. Shuffle back, make it feel very realistic.
A little late behind me.
Go.
This is better.
Good. Good, and when I do that too, I would have a series of balls with me so I could make it feel like I'm in a rally. Bounce, push out, play the ball, come back, bounce. And I can work on lots of elements here, but certainly working on the key one, which is the contact range. And you can see when I get out to that contact range that what's delivering the power now is the rotation of my torso and the hinge or delivery through my shoulder. I want the big muscles to be working to create the power through the core and through the shoulder. What we don't want to be doing is hinging at the elbow or playing with the hand. Next up, we're going to work on receiving skills because that's really where most of the problems arise. We get too close to the ball. So this drill will help Randy really discover his spacing. So he's going to make a unit turn and use his left hand again, but he's going to reach out and grab the ball with his left hand. And I really want you to stretch that left hand, Randy, okay? Unit turn, stretch. Good. So that will help you measure it up. And if you look at every professional player in the modern game, they're all using their non-dominant hand not only to create the unit turn, but also to get into the rotation and measure up the ball. So everyone is this position. It happens very, very quickly, but it happens. But they're using that non-dominant hand to balance and measure, and then that left hand will clear away from me and I'll come into the ball, which we'll get into next. But you've got to get this spacing right. It's very, very important that you get that nice, comfortable extension. If you think about it, obviously, the further away the object is that's moving, the more racket head speed you get. If it's in here, you're not going to generate much racket head speed. So the bigger the wheel, the faster the outside of the wheel is actually going to be traveling. Randy, for the next drill, we're going to imagine that this ball on the court is really right here. You're going to imagine it's directly above that ball. Once you move out and play the ball, imagine you're playing the ball right over the top of that one. Again, move back, shuffle back, go again, move into it, get a little closer. Little closer. There you go, right there. Beautiful. One more. Good. Working on your spacing. Perfect. So you can create these different visuals to help you find that contact range. And then, of course, the more you shadow swing, the more you're building that muscle memory into your forehand as well. And it's going to help you quite a bit. So for most of my students, they can find the contact range. The biggest challenge is positioning to the ball. So there's a couple different drills we can do. And the one that's one of my favorites is the inside out forehand drill, because when you're moving to your left, you're actually clearing away from the ball, and it helps you be very, very comfortable. So I'm going to feed a couple balls right at Randy, and he's going to have to slide to his left. Go. Get out of the way. Good. Get out of the way. Good. Out of the way. Good. So just that drill alone, having to shift to the left and getting out of the way of the ball, creates the spacing that will help you discover that ideal distance you want for your forehand. Another thing I want you to do is really feel like you stay away from the ball. It's always going to be easier to move into a ball that you're too far from than get away from a ball that you're too close to. So in this particular drill, I'm going to feed the ball, but I want you to deliberately stay away until you're ready to make your move to play it, and then shuffle into it and see what that feels like. Shuffle in. And shuffle up. Good. So when you stay away from the ball, as Randy was doing there, you're able to take energy into the contact and create rhythm and power through your footwork and your core, everything. So the more you feel rhythmic through that movement, the more easy power you're going to get on your forehand as well. So another primary reason why we see the T-Rex forehand is that we're not rotating into the ball. So if, for example, if Randy were to get sideways to set up for his forehand, but he were to take his swing and remain sideways facing me, he has nowhere to go. So his shoulder is going to be back, and he's just going to be swinging into his body. And that oftentimes will produce this into the body swing. You don't even have to rotate. A lot of players don't even rotate their shoulders that much. They
just go like this.
They just go, oh, I'm here, and they go, whoa. Now you're into T-Rex land. So when you're hitting your forehand, you obviously are going to get a unit turn and get sideways to your target is a good rotation, but you're not going to stay here. You're getting in this position so that you can rotate out. And now when I'm making contact, my belly button is literally facing you, the camera, and I'm here. My head is on the ball, eyes are on the ball here, but I've rotated all the way around to there to make my contact. If I stay here, it becomes a T-Rex. There's nowhere to go with my swing. No power, no control, and it feels terrible. Thanks so much for watching today's lesson. I hope you found this instruction to be very helpful. If you want to learn more, I've got a playlist here on the forehand. Check that out. And if you want to dive deeper into your forehand, click on the link in the description down below. Check out my video analysis program. You can send in videos to me. I will teach you how to play a better forehand. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Leave your comments down below and stick around. We've got a lot more coming here at Performance Plus Tennis.